Hello everybody and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. And today we are doing a Porsche Cup race in a Porsche 911 GT3 996 from 2001. Just a meager year before I was born this car came out. It's not exactly my favourite Porsche, it's just one that was available for me to buy because there was no classic Porsches available in the store, which ideally I wanted a Carrera. But we're happy with this. It's a 650 race, 70,000 credits as a reward, 5 laps around the Autodromo Lago Maggiore. Ignore the pronunciation, I know, it's taken me quite a few takes to get that. And yeah, let's get straight into it. It's a rolling start, as I said, 5 laps. The weather should be nice. Let's see what we can do. So straight away, I'm going to drop that brake balance to 2 towards the rear because I'm going to be braking and turning for quite a lot of this circuit. Now, I'm not incredibly familiar with this track. I've done a lot of daily races here. They put the radar on. And around the outside of the Carrera. See, now ideally that's the kind of car I wanted to be doing this in. The 1992 Carrera is very nice. We do seem to have a big advantage in terms of straight line speed again. It just shows what a sort of low downforce setup can do. The only problem, it's a bit twitchy. There's another Carrera there. And a lovely 911 Turbo from 1981. But yeah, I've done this track quite a lot in daily races. Other than that, I don't really go out of my way to drive on this track. I think it's a nice track. It's got really good flow. It is one of the better tracks in Gran Turismo 7. I personally do not like this corner though, because the amount of accidents you have on that corner in daily races is insane, and you can tell I've done quite a lot of daily races here recently, because my pace is actually kind of strong here, and I am carving through the field. I mean, hell, I've nearly gone from last to first in a lap. Now if I put this on the softs and add a bit more power, which I wouldn't be able to because it's a 650 event, that would have put me over the rating. I could have probably got the lead because we're 7.9, 7.8, 7.7. You can see the straight line speed is crazy. So 959 there. Not the kind of car I expected to be seeing. There's a very old Porsche. I'm gonna get pushed onto the grass a little bit here by that CS Carrera. We're going to go past the very old 1964 Carrera. We are actually possibly going to have the lead this lap, which gives me plenty of time to do some push laps and just try and send it and hopefully not make a mistake. Again, the car got a little bit squirrely when I was braking and turning. That's because this car has got a lot of weight at the back, because it is a rear engine. I think it's 55, well in terms of the distribution it's 55 at the rear, 45 at the front. Around the outside with relative ease there. And again, nice, so you go in literally the exact same car. Just, mine looks different. I once again made the livery for this. And we do have the lead now, very, very early on. So this gives me 3 laps of just pure, I mean, it's probably some of the easiest traffic I've ever gone through. Turn in here. Over there, one gear down, use the curb, and again. This final corner, which, funnily enough, was my worst corner when I was doing the daily races. It took me a good 25 races to realise I was braking way too much and way too late. And I always wondered like how I was like a good second and a half off pole. I just couldn't understand it, and then I eventually realised it's the way I'm taking that corner. Almost took a bit too much curb there. Well, I don't need the radar now. Now I can put the timing at the bottom right. Because I have got soiled underwear is what I've got. After that, that was a massive slider. Very unstable on the rear of that corner. It's not exactly the tightest hairpin in the world, but the car is really not happy at that hairpin. It seems to take this next hairpin coming up really well, but just not the previous. It's a weird track. It's got flow to some parts of it, and then others it's just meticulous and horrible to try and make my way through. Brake at 50 meters here. That was smooth. I mean, there is not a single hint of understeer in this car, which is dreamland for me. No understeer is absolutely beautiful. It's only 8.7, we can top that. That felt like a very good first sector. If it's down, I'm going to be really surprised. Once again, the rear, so unhappy at that hairpin. Drop that a little bit, over half a second up. $50 again. This field's set up absolutely beautifully. A little bit wide there. Tried to carry a little bit too much speed, but there we go. Try and talk through this lap. So you want to get a really good exit on that final corner, because obviously this is quite a long straight, and it starts you like on a brake just before the fence ends on the right. Take quite a lot of curb on the left, goes slightly to the left, on the yellow on the right, try and straighten yourself up to get a bit more speed, go over the white line here, on the curb on the left, left hand side again. Little bit of braking, maybe a downshift, maybe not, depends on how you like it. Get a nice clean exit here because this is another little straight. And now here, there's a bit more smooth there. Cut across, get the apex. Try and, you know, minimise the turning angle to get some extra speed. A little bit of braking on the curb on the right, on the curb on the left, straighten yourself up. Over this curb, over the next, full throttle. Don't even think about lifting once again. Curb, full throttle, curb, full throttle. On the curb on the exit, straighten the line out. 4/10 up. As we get to here, once again it's 50 meters. You can take a lot of that curb there, the game really doesn't mind. I may have taken a bit too much though. On the curb on the right, cut across to the left, just touch the white line. You can take a lot of this here on the right. Straighten yourself out. Once again, here we go. Brake just before the 50 meter. Coast your way in. Wait. Turn again. Get the curb. And straighten yourself up. Curb on the left. Upshift. And now here, I brake just before the yellow. Lift. And then full throttle on the exit. Straighten myself to make sure I'm getting some good straight line speed. And this is the fastest lap. There you go. That is how you do a lap around the Autodromo Lago Maggiore in a Porsche 911 GT3 996. That was a 2 minute 7.230, and on the final lap as well. So yeah, there you have it. That's how we do it. That's fun. We got first place. We got 105,000. We got extra because it was a clean race. We did not make any contact. We didn't go off the track at any point. That is a perfect race. So it was 18.1 miles as well. 105,000 credits for doing that. It was fun. The car felt amazing. It was really smooth. To be fair, that setup, apart from the little bit of oversteer at that hairpin and a bit of rear locking, I mean that might have just been because of the brake. Well, I say might, it probably was because of the brake balance, because I dropped the brake balance to 1, and as you could see, the rear didn't slide as much on that lap where I dropped the brake balance by 1. So that's probably what it was. Again, I say probably, I know that's what it was. I've done this for long enough. So, yeah, with a little bit of a different brake balance, we would have been smoother through that corner, but you kind of sacrifice the brake balance because there's so many corners where you are, like the first chicane, you are turning and braking a lot. So that's where you want a lower brake balance. I mean, you could always move the brake balance up after that chicane, but it's just extra work for you to do to perfect the lap and get the maximum out of the car. But that's that for today. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.